Why did I attract a narcissist, and how can I heal from that? Before you go down that rabbit hole of finding out what was it about you and how do you heal and what rituals to do and going no contact, please pause and take what I'm about to say in, not only as somebody who has an education in psychology, but as someone who swore that they were a narcissist magnet and who is in recovery. Now, I will be the first one to tell you that my life is far from perfect and it is still unfolding and I am growing new skills, but what I have learned will help you. Full disclosure, I am not a therapist, but I do hold a degree in psychology. I'm a grad student at Columbia University, and I am focusing on social policies. I do have specializations in trauma for individuals, family, and children, etc., a whole bunch of certifications, but that's not as impressive as my own lived experiences. Because you kind of have to be on the inside to understand that insane dynamic. First question that stumped me. Do I have a sign that says narc holes, come here, with red flashing buzzing lights? What is it about me? Okay, chingonas. That is where we're going to start. We're going to stop assuming that it has anything to do with us or that we are faulty or defective in any way. There is nothing that we are ever doing to provoke other people. Well, there is, but you know what I mean? We're responsible for how we react to them. Quick disclaimer, I'm going to use the word narcissist, but I do not enjoy nor prefer to use the word narcissist because I have opinions about that and you should watch that video. Anyway, people who are narcissists, toxic, emotional vampires, they do what I call emotional chumming. And if you know what chumming is when fishermen go out into the water, they're trying to attract all the fish, so they throw a bunch of stuff out, guts and stuff, as a lure, right? So they throw it out there to the entire universe. In other words, throwing shit on walls and hoping something sticks, right? And usually what sticks and the wall that it sticks to is usually a very sensitive person. A lot of the times they call themselves empaths, but my theory is that a lot of us empaths are actually just really traumatized and extra attuned. We pick up on those subtle things that it's almost like a test out there. If you can hear it like a dog whistle, you're their person. So to even think that we are special or we mean something to this person or we were selected is our first mistake. Especially if you are a survivor of childhood trauma or abuse, you are more susceptible because you're trained to not question and you really don't have anything to compare it to. I'll make another video later on about the one time that I asked a narco why he specifically chose that one person. But the answer will piss you off. It has nothing to do with you being special, you standing out. It didn't matter. They really just don't have the capacity to hold care, empathy for you or for anyone, because we can't give what we don't have. So while we can be oh, well, I would never. People don't do that. You know what? No, you don't do that. We only see things through our lens. What they would never do is think about your feelings before acting and hurting you. Sorry, old lady. Eyes got in the way and I couldn't figure out if I had pressed record or not. So anyway, back to expecting ourselves from other people or expecting basically a dog to meow. So a lot of these people go person to person trying to like put quarters in the machine to keep their ego up here. And then when you stop doing that, when you start going, what about me? Then that is a threat to how they're going to be held up, and you're no longer so shiny and so new. So unless you're educated in the ways of these dynamics, or you have like the best support system who's going to help you out, I would recommend therapy. You are going to be trying to use your map to get the heck out of Crazy Town. Here's a spoiler. It's never going to work. So ultimately, the answer to that question actually is that there's not one size fits all. You do not have to recover from that person. What we have to look at is what about us responded to that. What I have learned is a lot of that pain that we experience in our life because of our situationships and relationships is because we have something that is unresolved within us. So that was there before you even encountered that person. And if we don't take care of those things, we are bound to repeat it. And that's why we think we have that sign, because it's so familiar to us. There is something that we need to resolve. We have an opening or a wound inside of us that really, really wants to either get validation or some kind of healing, but we don't need anybody to help us heal. We can heal ourselves, and we're certainly not going to get healing from somebody who's using us to heal them. Also, you must understand that you have already drank the Kool-Aid to believe that in order to heal something inside of yourself, you need something from the outside. Convincing the person that they are helpless is like a big tool. You need me to heal that. No, the only person that you need is you. You need to show up for you. And you're a lot stronger than you think. Think about this. This person is chasing you for something you've got, which means they're lacking it. You're already ahead of the game, honey child. So if your next question is, can people change? And the answer is yes, they can. And we do. But first, we have to believe that there is something that needs to be changed. But it is not our place to change anyone, ever. I am done changing diapers when I had my last kid. This is one of the reasons why I don't use the diagnosis narcissist, because according to science, narcissists can never change. However, traumatized, avoidant people with emotional immaturity and low emotional IQs can learn. I have seen it and I have lived through it. We now have to wait for another person to heal so that we can heal ourselves, because what usually happens is as you start to heal, you start to influence other people and you start to really maintain your boundaries, and then sometimes you become unattractive to the person who is taking advantage of you, or they get inspired to join you and change to meet you where you're at. It's just that they didn't know how to do it. I'm going to tell you what one of my favorite people in the whole world has always told me. You have all the answers and the power inside of yourself, and you have always had it. If the world has convinced you that you lost it, or that you just didn't come with it, I'm sorry, but they have lied to you. Okay, and one of the rules I live by: if it's predictable, it's preventable. So if you're ready to enter into your healed human era, I am available for personal and couples coaching. I always recommend individual coaching first because I want to spend the time with you, and it is always magic and a privilege to introduce you to yourself. Welcome to your Chingona era. So FTP, if you know, you know. You don't need them, especially not your abuser, to help you heal. Sí se puede.